Looking fine. Welcome to the back nine. We have your FPO feature card of the 2022 Brent Hambrick Memorial, sponsored by Discraft and presented by Dairy Queen. I am Raven Klein.
And I'm Holyn Handley.
And we'll get right into it, checking on our scores from the front nine. If you haven't seen that video yet, go and check it out.
Yeah, so from the front nine, we've got Lauren Butler sitting at 7 over par, Ashleh Baumann sitting at 6 over, Christine Jennings at 5 over, and myself at 1 under. So the front half of this course was mostly out in the open. However, now we are moving into the woods. So here we've got hole 10, a par 3, 355 feet. Basically, you want to take your fairway driver or a distance driver and just throw it on a rope. Basket's tucked back here behind some guardian trees.
This particular hole has quite a high number of trees in the circle, so even your best placement, you could be straddling.
Yeah, I'm going for that hyzer flip play, and I kind of yank it off to the right side, but fight through most of the fairway.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'll be somewhere in deep circle,
One
too.
nice thing about shots like that is if you give it enough height, you give your disc some time to come out.
Yeah, at least give it a chance. And Lauren didn't quite get enough turn on that, but she bit off a lot of distance.
Christine also swinging hers a little bit further on the left on that Annie angle like Lauren, but too low.
Yeah, I didn't quite have the height to work, but she's in the fairway. This looks great from Ashleh. She got to move in. Oh, I graded her.
You graded her.
It happened in the past, but I still feel like I graded her. She's in the middle of the fairway. She's got a little bit of work to do, going to that forehand, trying it up and down, and
I don't
hits.
think that was the worst tree.
No, she's at least got very few trees in between her and the basket.
That look nice.
Yeah, she's in the circle, but she may have a bit of a weird stance, maybe some obstruction. Lauren off on the left side has a few trees in her way, but
That's a great shot.
yeah, she made that look easy.
There really are a lot of trees as you approach the screen.
Yeah, Ashleh, just a jump putt approach.
Ooh, and a nice little fancy roll back toward the basket.
Yeah, and I've got a deep circle to look, kind of.
Gonna have to hyzer around that little tree. Which you do.
Yeah, that's one of those where I tell myself I'm going for it, knowing that it's probably going to land a couple feet short.
Which makes sense. Got Christine lining up her putt here.
Yeah, looks like she's maybe just inside the circle. And yeah, I got a little bit of obstruction, having to go to the straddle.
Great putt there from Christine. That's a nice par save.
Yeah, tricky putt. Really nice to see her give that one the height. Ashleh tapping in for her bogey. Lauren, after that really great upshot, taps in her par. And I will also tap in my par. Okay, hole 11, we have a par 5, 743 feet. They actually combined several holes on the standard course to make this par 5. But it's basically this long tunnel shot, and then another long tunnel shot. And then the fairway will turn slightly to the right, and then we've got these last few trees guarding the green.
So placement shot, placement shot, placement shot.
Pretty much. Frozen rope, frozen rope. Basically want to throw the same shot you were trying to throw on the last hole. This one does play slightly uphill. So I'll be right in the fairway. Lauren trying to follow suit. Gives this one
Looking like a nice shot there.
really nice height, yeah. Even better placement. We've got Christine. Looks like she's leaving it maybe a little bit low and left again. Yeah, judging by her reaction, she's not happy about that one.
It's always a bummer on par fives to have that first shot be off because the hole just seems so much longer.
Yeah, Ashleh also with a pretty perfect placement. So it looks like Christine kicked off to the right side of the fairway. That looks...
That's a really nice shot.
Really good. She's really good at that patent pending shot. She's through that secondary gap.
And being able to control your disc so low to the ground and still get that much forward push.
Yeah, which is something I did not do. I left that a little bit too low, but I'm still in the fairway. Yeah, we see Lauren's on a little bit more ideal position. She's got more of a hyzer line.
Under the bench.
Yeah, she's a little bit off to the left side, but she'll have a stance. And then Ashleh in the absolute ideal position. She's got no weird angles, nothing in between her and the gap. Just needs to throw this nice and straight.
Whenever you play a combined hole, it's always a fairly, I don't know, it's always good to aim for that other tee pad.
Yeah.
Fairly safe is what I was going for.
Yeah, usually the tee pad for the next little bit of the hole is usually a pretty good starting spot. And Christine pulls out a little bit to the right, but it looks like she's pretty close to the edge.
Oh, we're going to have another patent pending.
Yeah, but I'm way off on this left side, but still got a little bit of a look into the basket, so I'm going to try to jam this forehand up there.
Oh, that was a great release.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I snuck through all the stuff on the left side right up to the basket.
That was spicy.
That was spicy. That might be the best forehand flip up I've ever thrown.
I'm glad I got to see it.
Thank you. Ashleh looks like that leaked out to the left side a little bit.
Yeah, and kind of high, catching some of those little twiggly branches.
And Lauren just trying to swing a hyzer around these last few trees. Oh,
I thought she was going to skip through.
Yeah, she caught a late one, but she's in circle two. Christine, patent pending master. Oh, that was almost amazing, but still a really good out.
She'll have to settle for pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah. And Lauren going for this sidearm line. Catches a late tree, but she's in the circle.
Another patent pending.
Because why not? When you're that good at them. Oh, well.
Darn.
She is good at them.
She is good at them. That was an unfortunate timing.
I gooded her. And Lauren just pitching up. Christine going for
splitting the trees again.
Yeah,
that can be such a tough one. And Christine has more of that hyzer release on her putt, so having that tree right in front of her right arm, it just gets in your head.
And Ashleh just softening that one a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like she didn't fully commit to that putt like she has on the others.
Christine tapping in her double bogey.
After a great forehand, dare I say, the best flip-up forehand she's ever thrown. A birdie for Holyn.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty good about that one. This is not an easy hole.
Yeah, hard to play that hole better.
Ashleh tapping in her bogey.
And Lauren with a par.
Yeah, no shame in par on that hole, for sure. We've got hole 12, another par 5.
Back-to-back par 5s.
Back-to-back par 5s to piece together from your standard holes on this layout. So this one, again, you're wanting to throw a tunnel shot that pushes a little bit left, and then in your second shot, you want to get about out to this opening, and then for your third shot, you've got a nice wide open right finishing shot with OB on that road on the left side, and then sloping away from the green, you've got this dense wooded rough on the right side. And so I was calling for that to get left. I went a little bit too straight out of the hand. Ideally, you want something that's on a hyzer angle but kind of pushes.
Because at this curve, what are you calling it, like 330? to push up here?
Maybe not quite. Maybe more, yeah, somewhere in the 3 to 310 range, probably, yeah.
And you want that to be pushing that left side, set yourself up for the next shot.
Yeah, so you really want it to hit on that hyzer angle and get kind of a forward left skip. You don't want to get a flare skip straight to the left. That shot from Ashleh looked pretty ideal. Christine leaving her drive inside a little bit. And Lauren she got a nasty kick all the way down the right side. But looks like she got back out to the fairway. And then Christine actually fought through as a pretty open look, trying to get over the top of that little ridge there, and she does so nicely.
Yeah, nice ground play.
Yeah, and so I pushed forward, but I am a little bit on the right side from where I want to be. And then I leave this shot also a little bit too right. Oh, that's
a great tree.
That was a very friendly tree. Lauren, she does a better job of giving this the width it needs. And she's out into the open. That was pretty ideal shot.
Yeah, on this hole, I mean, if you can get out to that opening by your second shot, obviously it sets you up to basically replay the first 5 holes of the course.
Basically. Yeah, you should have your right finishing shots pretty warmed up at this point.
Ashleh gets a good kick off of the tree there, leaving herself on that fairway.
And Christine getting aggressive, going for this high line, trying to bite off as much distance as possible. A really great shot. She's able to see the basket there. I'm trying to punch this forehand out.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, zero.
That was dirty.
That was some Velcro grass right there.
And Ashleh kind of flipping her wrist over on that forehand, and the disc just kind of settles in the grass.
And Lauren, this looks a little bit low. Yeah, doesn't quite get the carry that it needs, but she's in circle 2. Christine going to that standstill, backhand approach.
That's such great angle control for a green that is this sloped.
Yeah, she matched the angle perfectly, scoots it right up to the bullseye. And Ashleh, that looked a little bit low. She's going to be a little bit short.
Whenever you have a green sloping like this, you really want to try and match the angle with your disc if you can. Because if you're going in with a hyzer, it's very likely to kind of catch an edge and roll.
And Lauren with a little bit of a scary putt.
Ooh. Nice putt. That was Ashleh.
Yeah.
It's a great putt there from circle 2.
Really awesome par save. Getting some
excited.
Getting some props from the card mates, man.
Guns.
Oh, there we go. Lauren with a pretty similar putt. Can she match it?
She doesn't want to.
She doesn't want to. Hey, I mean, you know how you're feeling on the putting green. That was very smart of her to just pitch it up if she's not feeling it.
Good putt from Christine. Grab her par. After that first kick on her tee, it's great that she was able to grab that par.
Yep, and I will be tapping in a par.
I thought that was a par.
I thought that was a par, too.
It was a par.
I think maybe that was just a graphics thing. Anyway, hole 13, par 3, 385 feet. Honestly, it's going to play more like a par 4 for the ladies' field. So you need to get something that is turning and then somehow gets through this tiny little gap all the way in through these guardian trees. Yeah, it's a hard 2. I don't even think any of the MPO are really going to be realistically getting a 2. I'm just going to pitch a sidearm up, but I leave it way too far inside, and I've got some work to do if I want to get my par.
Yeah, you almost want to leave yourself closer to the road, but obviously that's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, this road does play as OB, and Ashleh looks like she just snuck inside. Oh, no, she's OB.
Really?
Yeah, okay, so
it's like moss that's on the...
Yeah, so there's a stringed or a painted OB line there, but it looks like she touched in somewhere close to where she ended up. Christine gets this turning over, leaks it a little bit too far right. Lauren also going for that turnover play.
That's looking really nice. If it can hold. Oh, not enough.
Yeah, it faded out. Got the road skip into the OB.
I like that angle on the Annie, but it's so hard to commit to it without like turning it over.
Yeah, and there are a couple skinny gaps to get through, and Lauren finds one. It's tricky because if you go too far, it's almost like if you're going for par, you want to be really short to kind of open up the angle into the green.
Mm-hmm.
So Lauren tries to find one of those backdoor gaps, but snags a tree. Christine going back to her signature patent pending shot. There's kind of a right gap and a left gap. You just got to pick one. And Christine goes for that right gap, gets a little kiss off the tree.
Such a beautiful kiss from the tree.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm a little bit further in that bush, but I said I'm going to try to match your line.
Oh, wow.
And
Get through.
I did not do that.
And you still, a decent kiss.
Yeah, I'm not too mad about that, honestly. Not my strength the way it is for Christine.
A kneeling patent pending.
Ashley with this kind of awkward lie.
Oh, jam it through.
Yeah, that was aggressive. I gotta applaud her for the aggression. I'm just outside circle 1, probably about 45 feet.
Oh.
Yeah, I was a little frustrated with that one. I felt like just needed to give it some height.
Same thing for Lauren there, leaving it low. Ashley inside the circle here for her bogey.
I think that was
a double. That's right.
that
I
was
forgot she had that
double.
early tree.
Yep, and I will tap in my bogey.
There it is.
Yeah, I really think this whole place, the 3 definitely feels like a birdie.
That's probably where my brain's at.
I think even for the MPO,
Double
a
bogey
3
for Lauren.
feels like a birdie.
And a par for Christine.
So basically a birdie for Christine.
Great Lakes Disc, located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, is a fully stocked retail disc golf store that fulfills all of your disc golf needs. We carry all of the major manufacturers, accessories, and offer player and event sponsorship, along with tournament payout assistance. To learn more about Great Lakes Disc, visit greatlakesdisc.com.
Here we have hole 14, par 3, 280 feet. We've got an OB road on the left side and a mandatory tree on the left side. So you want to throw something, either a backhand that's late flipping or another sidearm that skips into this green. A little bit of a low ceiling and a little bit of a fast green. And Christine will be showing us the backhand line. A really good angle, but just a little bit low. She kind of cut rolls out just in front of the Mando tree. I'm trying to jam a forehand up there, and I snagged the last
just
tree.
catching that trunk.
Ashley also going with the forehand.
Early release, finding those trees on the right side.
Yeah, she knew it immediately out of the hand. That wasn't it.
Lauren also taking the backhand approach. That one was looking quite nice.
Yeah, tickles a little branch and knocks her down. It's a really hard backhand. It's just a low ceiling, but you got to get it to turn a lot. And Ashley going to the patent pending stance.
From a knee.
From a knee. Tickles a branch, but got some good distance.
It gives it some nice height.
Little body English with Christine.
Trying to kick it through the tree.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I gave that
Now, were you giving that a bid?
Again, that's one of those I tell myself I'm giving it a bid
To get it
so
up there.
that I get it up there.
That's fair.
Lauren actually got a little bit of a look at it if she wants it. And same thing.
Roll forward.
Yeah, that That should be fine.
It's a hard basket to really be like, I got this.
Yeah, Ashley got a little bit of a tricky lie here, but great touch with that putter flick.
Christine is just putting through all the trees today.
And there she goes.
Getting her
cleans-
comeback putt.
Yeah, you can run the scary putts, but you gotta make your comebackers.
Gotta make the comebackers. No hesitation there. Ashley grabbing her bogey.
A waffle putt from Lauren. Love it.
And a par for Holyn.
All right, hole 15, we've got par 3, 315 feet. Basically another tunnel shot that finishes left. You want to throw something on a pushing hyzer line that gets past these trees and then hooks up and gets a little bit of a forward ground play.
That last tree is, it's just such a turd. It's like on the perfect line for the basket.
Yeah. So I'm going with a mid-range here, but I leave it way too far inside and got very lucky. Lauren, this looks pretty good. If it can just miss the last trees.
Oh, great shot from Lauren.
Yeah, that's pretty ideal.
This one is very deceptive on the camera.
Yeah, it definitely looks more like a tunnel shot than it really is. It is really more of a pushing hyzer.
Yeah.
Again,
Christine leaving that low. Yeah.
Yeah, again, you don't want the flare skip to the left, but you do need it to be hyzering.
Honestly, probably not a bad kick for Ashley. It's going to leave her with a more straight approach to the basket.
I like that angle. Oh.
Like that.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Little pitch forehand for you up to the basket. Very routine. Ooh.
A little
Almost
too
like a
hot. Yeah, a little too hot there. Go with the putter so I don't have to flick it hard, and then I flicked it hard.
What are you doing?
Christine going to the Annie forehand putter.
Nice and floaty.
Oh, yeah, great touch from Christine. And Lauren with the only birdie look for the card.
Get it up, get it up.
Beautiful.
There it is. Woohoo.
Yeah, she's stoked. She loves it. I've got some work left for this par.
Ooh, high chains, but chains nonetheless.
In is in, am I right?
Always. It's a par for you, a par for Christine, and presumably a par for Ashley.
Yes. Yeah,
All right.
Really great touch from Christine and Ashley getting up and down. And that brings us to hole 16, a par 3, 318 feet. Kind of the opposite of the last hole. So this is a tunnel shot that finishes to the right. A little bit more, honestly, this is deceptive. You really don't need to force the disc to go right. Ideally, you throw something that's pretty straight, and then you take your 25-foot putt.
Mm-hmm.
So Lauren looks like...
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
Ooh.
A little long, but that's the mistake you want to make. You don't want to push it early into those trees on the right side.
It's kind of crazy with shots like this because as hard as it can be for certain players to end a disc to the right, I think the hardest shot in disc golf is that perfectly straight shot.
Oh, definitely. Christine a little bit low, but she's in the fairway. I didn't take my own advice. I went for the sidearm and tried to park it.
Oh, of course.
Well, I was thinking of that really great sidearm earlier, thinking I could replicate it.
Hey, honestly, one good shot in a round can make or break somebody because they either get that confidence and then every shot is good, or you have a false confidence and you go, yeah, but you saw what I did before.
Yeah, and Ashley with another really great shot. And me with a really not great shot.
Yeah, high and to the right on that approach.
Yeah, Christine, really great forehand approach. Gives it the width. Oh, that's a fun stance.
Between some trees.
Yeah, gives that a little bit of a bid, but really just pitching up for her par. And then I've got some work left. Probably just on the edge of circle for my par putt.
Oh.
Yep, airballed
Good height.
it. That's very generous of you.
Of course.
We'll call it what it was. It was an airball.
Yeah, well, I mean, from my angle, I couldn't tell.
And Lauren leaving that a little bit short. Still some work left here. Probably about 20, 25 feet.
Just trying to show off that circle.
Honestly, I couldn't remember if I made it or not, so.
Ashley grabbing a par on this hole.
Lauren going to that waffle putt. Easy par.
Obviously, it's her normal close putt, but I get nervous every time I even think about doing that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes your normal putt on that short messes with your head, so doing something a little crazy like that works.
That's true.
Hole 17, par 4, 450-foot tunnel shot. This is eagleable, but it's a really spicy line. Most players are just going to be trying to keep something super straight and in the fairway. Take your favorite gap hitter, hit the gap, and then take your favorite approach shot into the screen.
It's such a long and straight hole for that first.
It really is. I
380.
mean, you can see the fairway's only a little bit wider than the tee pad. We've got maybe a couple feet on each side of the tee pad to work with.
Yeah.
Lauren
releasing that left, but getting a good kick to land back in the fairway. That is best case scenario.
It really is, yeah. And there is an OB road off on the right side. This looks great from Christine.
So nice.
Just needs to
Minimize
settle.
ground play. Oh, wow.
Oh, great roll.
Two
actually.
good kicks from the left line of trees.
Yeah, it's a little tricky going to the fairway driver here because you are more likely to get a little movement either on the turn or on the fade. I'm not really sure where that went for Ashley. That looked like it might have been early.
So
and I'm disking down to the mid-range, just trying to keep this in the fairway.
I mean, it really is a great option to just keep yourself in the middle.
Yeah, it looks like Ashley was a little bit early on the left side. Pitches out with a
That's nice
forehand.
shot, though.
Yeah, she's in the fairway. Really great scramble. Then Lauren has space to do a full run up. This needs to push.
Ooh, catching a tree, but getting another roll back to the center of the fairway. Well, she should still be in position for par.
Yes, and Christine's in a great position to attack for the birdie.
Ooh, getting a forward skip.
Yeah, she pushes straight into the bush, but she's inside the circle. Oh, this looks great from Ashley. She gives that the perfect height.
Ooh, wow.
Wow, that was really good
I don't know why
touch.
my voice sounded like that just now, but ooh.
Yeah, and I overturned that just a little bit of a weird stance, but I'm putting.
I say for where you were, that was a nice out.
Yeah, and Lauren pitching this up for her par. Really great shot.
Circle 2 bid here. Oh, that was buttery. For the birdie, too.
For the I mean, I think I was just frustrated that I finally got one. you know where you feel
Just
a little
that
spiteful.
Freaking walk up to the
You
basket,
know?
like, oh, I know I can putt.
I think just before we teed off here, everyone was talking about how hard this hole was. I was like, what are you talking about? So I feel like I had to follow
You
it
had
up
to
with
do
it.
it.
I had to birdie it.
Yeah. Well, Christine matching with that birdie.
Yeah, Christine, not to be outdone.
Ashley with a par, and then Lauren should be coming up here to secure her par as well.
You know, for one of the harder holes, our feature card really played it well.
Yeah, seriously. Ooh, last hole.
All right, hole 18, we finished back out in the open. We've got a par 4, 582 feet. We've got OB on the left and right side as marked by the the paint and the flags. If you're able to throw it a little bit farther, you are rewarded with a little bit of a wider fairway. And then the fairway gets a little bit narrower again as we approach the green. If you go much more than circle's edge deep, you will be out of bounds.
A lot of greens here on this course have some type of slope right next to it, like just outside the bullseye.
Christine going for the flex shot, but doesn't get over on it enough, and she will find herself on the OB left side.
Expecting you to full rip this.
I'm mostly going for the hyzer flip here. You know how I am with OB. And just sneak back in bounds.
This was before that. Holyn has a tendency of finding OB in clever ways.
And Lauren with a beautiful shot. She doesn't try to bite off too much distance, just puts it perfectly in the middle of the fairway.
Ashleh with a great release.
Yeah.
Really pushing.
Yep, very similar to Lauren. Perfect shot right in the fairway. And Christine had to take it back a bit because she did go on that Anheuser angle. She's a little low out of the hand, but she's in the fairway. This looks good from Lauren. If it can sit down. Oh, she trickled OB.
That's a bummer.
That is a bummer. It's a little weird when you've been in the woods having to hit lines and then you come back out to the fairway where you have so much room.
Yeah, I notice a lot of players, me included, which is why I'm saying it, you get excited almost, and you're like, look at all this space. And very often it doesn't go as well as you hoped.
Yeah. Ashley with a great shot puts herself inside the circle.
Looks like yours was fine too. Pushed a little bit deeper.
Yeah, it's about pin high. It's an all right spot. Then Christine, unfortunate roll. She catches the side of the hill, but she stays in bounds.
So Lauren's still with some work left. Just gonna lay it up. Looks like that was a little short.
Looks like, yeah, a little short. Ashley from about 25.
I mean, hard to tell. Is there a little bit of a breeze?
There is a little bit of a breeze. Most of the holes aren't that windy, but there is a little bit of I want to say headwind, probably crosswind from where she was putting from.
Oh, oof. That could have something to do with Christine's putt lifting like that.
Yeah.
She gave it gumption, though.
She did. That was a tough skip off the top. Lauren just a little low again. And yeah, you can see the little flags. You can see Christine's hair kind of flapping in the breeze there.
Kind of a right to left tail here.
Yeah, and we haven't been dealing with wind for the last 8 or so holes.
Oh, it's a great recovery putt.
Yeah, great double bogey save. I'm making sure I'm focused on my line with this little bit of wind we've got.
And a birdie for hole 18.
Yeah, nice little birdie finish.
Ashley with the par. And last but not least, Lauren tapping in for her double bogey. And that is going to wrap up our round 1 coverage.
Yeah, so Lauren Butler and Ashleh Baumann both finishing at 11 over par, Christine at 9 over, and myself at 2 under.
I mean, yeah, there was a little bit of struggle here and there with some putting, but a lot of the misses were on line. Like, there weren't a ton of air balls. It was a lot of cage. It was a lot of
height issues. But here's our leaderboard after round 1. So we'll be seeing the Frazier sisters tomorrow, Michelle and Rebecca. Once again, thank you to our Patreons for your support, and thank you to the Crew 42 boys for putting on this FPO coverage.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you for round 2.